This is English, irregular verbs. The verbs in this lesson are feed, bleed, lead, read. We use this form for questions and negatives, but in past tense for affirmatives and who questions, these verbs end with ed or the ed sound, ed. For example, fed, bled, led, read. Yes, this verb is spelled the same, looks the same, but past tense is pronounced read. Let's see this in some more examples. Read, read. Did your aunt read the newspaper today? No, she didn't read the newspaper. She read a book. She read a book. Feed, fed. Did your daughter feed the cat? No, she didn't feed the cat. She fed the birds. She fed the birds. Bleed, bled. Did your leg bleed? No, my leg didn't bleed, but my finger bled. No, my leg didn't bleed, but my finger bled. Lead, led. Did your niece lead the dogs? Yes, she did. She led the dogs and they followed. She led the dogs and they followed. Read, read. What did Tom and Mary read last night? Tom read the newspaper and Mary read a book. Tom read the newspaper and Mary read a book. Feed, fed. Did your daughter feed her pet? Yes, she fed her fish. Yes, she fed her fish. Lead, led. Did the last ant lead the other ants? No, it didn't. The first ant led the other ants. The first ant led the other ants. Bleed, bled. Did your son's hand bleed? No, his hand didn't bleed, but his knee bled. No, his hand didn't bleed, but his knee bled. Read. Read. What did your nephew read this afternoon? He read a comic book. He read a comic book. Feed. Fed. Did your aunt feed the dog? No, she didn't. Who fed the dog? My uncle fed the dog. Who fed the dog? My uncle fed the dog. Lead. Led. Who led the gray men? The red man led the gray men. The red man led the gray men. Bleed. Bled. Did that man's hand bleed? No, but his arm bled all over the floor. No, but his arm bled all over the floor. Read. Read. What did your uncle read at the restaurant? He read the menu. He read the menu. Feed. Fed. Did your niece feed her dog? No, she didn't feed her dog. She fed her cat. She fed her cat. Lead. Led. Did one of the butterflies lead the other butterflies? Yes, the first butterfly led the others. Yes, the first butterfly led the others. Bleed. Bled. Did your son's mouth bleed? No, his mouth didn't bleed. But his nose bled. No, his mouth didn't bleed, but his nose bled. Read. Read. Did your uncle read the sign? Yes, he did. He read the sign, but he was confused. He read the sign, but he was confused. Feed. Fed. Did your sister feed the baby? No, she didn't. Who fed the baby? Her husband fed the baby. Her husband fed the baby. Lead. Led. Did the boy lead his dog? No, he didn't. The boy is blind. His dog led him. His dog led him. Bleed, bled. Is that blood on Tommy's leg? Yes, it is. Tommy's leg bled, but he will be okay. Tommy's leg bled, but he will be okay. Read, read. What did your cousin read today? He read a magazine. He read a magazine. Feed, fed. What did your sister feed the horse? She fed it carrots. She fed it carrots. Lead, led. Did the teacher lead the children? Yes, she did. She led the children on a walk. She led the children on a walk. The end. Click on the thumbs up below if you liked this video. Thanks for watching.